Kingdom Business Season 2, Episode 4. This season starts at the club. The fire has just been put out. The reporters are making their news piece about what could have caused the fire. For now, all they have are speculations. Caesar is watching the news about the fire when Rbel shows up with her boyfriend Z. The two were high and still tipsy from drinking too much through the night. Rbel tells Caesar she won't be recording anything apart from the songs from Danny's diary. Caesar objects and lets her know she can do these songs in her own time, but right now he wants her to record songs on her mom's album. In another scene, Taj is meeting with Incense at the studio as she was working on some songs. She tells Taj since her mom liberated him, she wants to hire him to produce her. Taj asks her if she wants him to work with her because he's her boyfriend. Well, she said, yeah, Taj is the best in the business. Danita is looking fabulous. She's doing dress rehearsal for her concert that is scheduled. Her daughter CJ is there helping her with the outfits and everything else that she needs. But she could not see her husband. A lawyer shows up with an injunction from Caesar, stopping her from legally singing any song on the album One Moment from Glory. Danita calls her husband on phone, but nothing. Calvin is having an affair with Sasha. Sasha is Danita's secretary. While in the middle of their makeout, Calvin stops and says he cannot stop thinking about that dead girl. Sasha gets furious and asks, that stripper? She was threatening you. She was blackmailing you. You should be happy that she's dead. Calvin told Sasha that is cruel. Sasha told her, I'm cruel? You told me you loved me. Then you went ahead and slept with that stripper who was offered to you like a party favor. The two went into an argument. Calvin checked his phone only to see 3 missed calls from Danita. He rushes back to where Danita was, trying out the dress. He finds Danita furious. She asks where he's been, but she didn't wait for him to respond and told him, you need to fix this, handing him the letter that the lawyer brought. Danita goes on to tell Calvin that I'm going to go ahead and do my concert. No one can stop her, and definitely not Caesar. Calvin informed her that the judge can stop her. Caesar is explaining to Rbel he wants her to buy into the process, seeing what he has asked if she wants this thing to work. Z, who was listening in the next room, comes in to assure Caesar Rbel is not in position to be made to do what she doesn't want to do, so let her sing whatever it is that she wants. Caesar looks at Z and tells Z, get out. Rbel tried to defend his stay, saying that he's with me. Caesar informs Rbel, in my studio, in my time, no significant others are allowed. Z challenged him, asking if he plans to call security on him. Caesar asked him, do I look like someone who needs security? Z saw that this was a lose-lose situation, so he left. Caesar told Rbel that the mother she remembers is different from the woman Caesar knew. He told her how her mother Raven had a talent, and Danita tried to bury it like she's trying to bury hers. He told Rbel she needs to put a voice to her mother's songs so that they can both close that chapter. Rebel's mind had stopped on Danita having something to do with her mom's death. She asked Caesar, you knew that that woman did all that and you let me sing on her tribute? Danita's father is meeting Calvin and Danita, cautioning them about their failure to handle this church business. He threatens to replace Calvin with his other son to be the one in charge of managing the kingdom business. Caesar is at the storage of his studio checking through things as he calls one of his acquaintances who owed him a favor to help him take on a DJ on the road tour that he's having right now. While they were talking, his eye caught something. It was an engagement ring, along with a letter. In a meeting with a counselor at church, CJ talks about the things that are troubling her. She felt invisible ever since her brother Taj was born. She went on to talk about the dark thoughts that she's having. The counselor gave her some advice. 1. To stop accepting less than the people in her life she belongs. And also, to find something that allows her to lift the weight out of her head. Rbel shows up unannounced at Danita's office. Despite Sasha's efforts, she could not stop Rbel from entering unannounced into Danita's office. She came to confront Danita for having something to do with her mom, Reverend Moore. Danita tried to play dumb. Rbel told Danita, Caesar told me everything. Danita told her Caesar is like a tick who is looking for its new host, and he just happened to have found you as a suitable host. Let me tell you something. Your mother was a drug addict and a drunk. Rbel lost it. Rbel told her, you cannot speak that about my mother. Danita asked Rbel to leave and get out of her office. Rbel threw Danita's table items. Rbel tells Danita, wait till I tell Taj what you did. Danita informs Rbel, I got him fired the minute he chose you over the kingdom. Calvin is in his office praying, meditating, reading the Bible when the chief of police knocks. Calvin stops to pray, closes his Bible, and places it right next to his gun. The chief officer asks Calvin, you called for me. Something about a favor. Calvin tells him that he wants to get some information about the progress of the case for Danny. He informs him that Danny's parents are committed members of his church and he wants to give them some sort of hope. And he asked him if there is any information he can share concerning that case. The chief of police told him that he cannot share information about an ongoing investigation. Calvin told him, you're the chief of police. You can definitely talk about anything. He told him, not this one. Calvin insisted, you remember how my family has been very good to you, how they got you out of some dangerous trouble when you were a kid. You also remember that we collected those stamps to put you in office. Hope you don't forget that. The chief of police ended up telling him that they got some more evidence that could lead to the motive of the killer. Then Calvin asked if they have a suspect. The chief of police told him, I got to leave now, but tell the parents, if you talk to them, that we will make an arrest very soon. CJ asks her mom to give her his brother Taj's job. Danita first resisted and told her that this will be too much on your plate, but CJ assured Danita that she will give it her best. Danita told her, if you take on this job, you got to know one thing. At work, I'm your boss, not your mom. And then she assigned her first assignment, which was to get a replacement for Taj on the duet that they were working on with Danita. Rbel meets with Taj and asks him whether he really got fired because of her. Taj told her that was not really the reason, but he was following God. He got her because God told him to get her. Then Rbel asked him, what is God telling you about the songs I should sing? Because I want to do other songs and Caesar wants me to do another. Taj asks her, what do you want to do? She tells him, I want to do a song from Danny's diary. And then asks her, what does Caesar want you to do? He tells her, Caesar wants me to do songs on my mom's album, but I cannot sing from that album. He wants me to sing the song I did at the memorial for Danny, but I can't do that. Taj asked her why. She told Taj that those songs bring a lot of painful memories about her mom and her mom's death. Rbel also mentions to Taj that she found out that his mom had something to do with her mom's career ending. Taj told her that he never heard of that. In any case, if my mom had something to do with the ending of the career of your mom, why don't you let the whole world hear your mom by doing her songs? You would be giving your mom a voice. Calvin pays Caesar a visit and tried to threaten him to drop his injunction on One Moment from Glory. But Caesar would not budge. Caesar brought out an old letter and gave it to Calvin. The letter, which Danita wrote long time ago when they were dating with Caesar. In that letter, Danita loves this album that Caesar wrote and produced, One Moment from Glory. Caesar told Calvin, keep that copy. It's just a photocopy. Rbel comes back to Redeeming Records studio and agrees to record her mom's album, but told Caesar, "I'm not doing it for you, I'm doing it for my mom, to honor my mom." Caesar asked to show her something, a video of Rebel's mom, along with Rebel when she was still a little girl. And during that time, Raven was in that studio working on that same album that she never got to complete. Caesar told Rebel, "This studio is full of your mom's memories. Every part has her in it." Rebel told Caesar, "Let's get to work." Caesar asked Rebel if it's okay for him to pray first. They started working on the album and it turned out really good. She had left her phone far away. She didn't even see all the calls that came in from Z or the text. She gets home happy with champagne in her hands and picked 2 glasses to go celebrate with her boyfriend, only to find fully packed and ready to go. She asks where he is going. They told him he got this big chance to DJ for a big celebrity who is on tour, and so he's leaving now. He can't miss his flight. Calvin comes back with a letter. Danita asks how things went. Calvin told her he has proof and then handed her the letter. When Danita read the letter, she said, "I can't believe he kept this." Calvin told Danita, "If a woman wrote to me a letter like that, I would keep it too." Now Danita was worried that if people find out this, they will think their marriage is a sham. Then she told Calvin that they have to work to show the people that this marriage is real. Calvin told her that she has more work to do to even make people believe that she actually wants to be with her husband. Rebel was celebrating with Taj. Taj asked if she knows what she wants to do next after this. She gave him Danny's diary. Taj found another way to breathe life to the written words in Danny's diary. He came up with a song. Rebel could not believe it. It sounded very good. So she joined him and together they continued to piece the song. It became cozy that the two almost kissed when Taj stood up and left before it could happen. That night, Rebel scrolled through her memories with Danny. But as for Taj, he went straight to his girlfriend Incense, and this time he didn't come with control. He came ready to do to Incense all that she has been asking for, and the two had sex.